Hi everyone, it's Carlene here, and I thought I'd do a quick project with my Stampin' Up! Products. So what I'm doing now is I'm just collecting everything that I think I'll probably use. And you know, I do have some staples that I always use. Of course, I always need some kind of glue or adhesive. I'm going to try this product, which is the stamping glitter. And it's the silver glass, and I think that's going to work really well. I'm going to try the dazzling diamonds and the crumb cake classic ink pad. This is the blossom punch, which I love, and this is some new trim that Stampin' Up! Has. Let's see what they call it. And I'm sorry, my eyes are getting so bad these days. This is the flower trim in vanilla, and it's 5/8 of an inch. And of course, I'm going to need some pearls. This is one of the framelits that I just got. It's the dress-up framelits, and I'm going to try it out today. And this is what I'm going to be altering. This is just a TP tube, and this one happens to be pretty special. Just kidding. It is different though because it's pretty thick, and so I saved it because I thought, I could probably use this for something. So anyways, I cut out 2 circles, and can you guess what I'm going to make? I'm going to make my own thread spool. And of course, we're going to alter this in this video. And the next things that I picked out, of course, is my paper. And this gorgeous paper color coordinates. And so I also picked out this ribbon that is going to go with it. And some buttons. So anyways, these are the supplies. I'll be right back. I'm going to cover this up and with my paper, and I'll be back to start decorating. Okay, I'm back, and I actually showed you the wrong accessories. I showed you this one, which was actually Sycamore Street. And I'm actually going to be using this one, which is called the Artisan Kit. And this is actually the one that matches the Tea for Two. So anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that. And then I changed the ribbon I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this one. And I believe this one is called Pretty in Pink. Oh no, this one's called Rosa. This one's called Blushing Bride Rosa Tierna. And this is actually discontinued, but it matches the paper. Okay, so the first thing that I did was I just cut 4 circles, 2 for each circle here, and I've covered them with this pigment ink, the Craft ink by Stampin' Up! And it's the white. And so I'm actually just letting it dry, but I did cover both sides. And then I have this coordinating paper for the TP tube, and I've already put adhesive on here, so I'm just going to just roll it on. But what I wanted to show you was that I left about a ½ inch on both sides because I'm going to cut into it so I can finish off the edges here. And all you're doing is just trimming into the tube, and what that does is just let you be able to curve the papers down. And I did this because I didn't want any of the TP roll to show, and then it also gives my glue something more to hang on to. So anyways, so there, it's nice and covered. It's going to sit on there. And I'm actually going to use my hot glue so that it dries quickly. So just continue to go all the way around like that, and then just push these down. And that's a great way to get around anything circular or round, because it helps your paper shape to the form. Okay, so there we go. And these might still be a little bit wet, so I'm actually, let's see, we're going to use them anyways. Whoops. There's my hot glue gun. And so we're just going to put hot glue around the edge. You want to try to work as quickly as you can. And then center it in the middle. There you go. And I'm not worried if there's some glue showing, because we can put some trim or flowers around it and it should be fine. There you go. So there is your homemade thread spool, or lace spool, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I have these two trims, and I'm not quite sure which one I'm going to use. I actually think I'm going to use this to go around the base of the thread spools, like this, if you can see that. Let's see. There you go, like that. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I started to do this bottom part. If you can see, I put some of the Stampin' Glitter on there with my Tombow liquid glue, and so we're going to actually just continue. I'm going to push everything aside and show you how to do this. And it's really easy. Just take your liquid glue and rub it along the edge of your chipboard. Just like that. Take your Stampin' Glitter and oops. And then just sprinkle it on there. So easy, and then just flick the rest off, and then continue doing the same thing all the way around. Super easy. If you want to get dirty, you can get dirty. Oops. And I'm just using a piece of paper on the bottom to catch all the extra, and then I can just slide it back into the bottle. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I actually already cut out two of these dress forms with my Big Shot, and I want to put it here, but it doesn't fit, so I'm going to have to cut the stand off, unfortunately. But I might be able to use that for something else. I'm going to cut both of them off. And this paper is the glitter paper, and you actually get it for free if you place an order with the Celebration catalog. So I'm just folding that in half, and then I'm going to adhere it here. And actually, I think I'm going to cut the rest of that stem off. Alright, then we're going to just place the glue right on the fold. and just stick it together. Just like that. So it kind of has like a three-dimensional look to it. So I made this flower with my flower blossom punch, and I just layered 3 layers of the flower, and I put this trim, this rose trim right here, in the middle of it. And so if you don't know how to do that, let me know and just leave a comment, and I will definitely make a video on how to make this. So I'm going to work like this. What you want to be mindful of is your back and your front of your spool. Now, I would consider my back where I have the seam here, and so I'm going to turn this over, and that's where this is going to be my front. And so I'm just going to put some hot glue here to hold this down. There we go. So that one is definitely in the middle. I'm going to take my handmade flower, and this is just going to go on the side here. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put some hot glue. Now you can definitely use your glue dots and you know, get this done. And then this is some pretty flowers that came with my artisan kit, and so I'm going to just place a little bit here, and so this goes down here. Very cool. Okay, and so let me take a look at it real fast. And I also pre-made this bow out of the crochet trim. So now I'm just going to put my hot glue. Oops. And that is going at the base here. Very cute. Okay, so that's what it looks like so far. Alright, and then for the top, I thought that I would take some of this flower trim and just run it all the way around. You know, I was going to put some pearls, but I don't really think it needs it. So there is my altered spool. Isn't that cool? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.